Good afternoon, YouTube. Today I want to talk about the meeting that Trump is having in Paris. Of course, he's going to be there to visit the grand reopening of the legendary Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. So, as many of you are probably aware now, Notre Dame, since the fire that occurred, I guess about 5 years ago, with all the damages now repaired, rebuilt, and again standing strong once more. I would like to talk a little bit about what's happening there with Trump meeting with Macron, Zelensky, and also Elon Musk is in attendance with him there. I don't know how many of Trump's team is actually present, but this visit is very important, so I'm just going to play a clip here with Fox News and then make some comments after that.
To the world stage in his first trip abroad as president-elect. He'll be at today's reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral and is expected to have high-profile meetings, including with French President Emmanuel Macron and Prince William. Global politics expert and director of research and outreach at the American Ideas Institute, Dr. Notre joins us now. Doctor, thanks for being with us.
International gathering is happening, the European leaders are there, but it's also a very good diplomatic balancing act. On one hand, he's there in Europe to talk with European leaders because Europe is jittery about Trump's coming, and they don't really know how Trump is going to position himself when it comes to tariff, when it comes to defense, when it comes to NATO. So it's kind of like a reassurance in a way to the European leaders in large. But also, this is a reassurance to the European right, who are, you see the elections in Romania, like the right one, and then the elections went annulled. So this is kind of like Trump's presence in Europe itself proves to the European right, like, look, I can come back. There is a place for you in democracy, in European democracy, right, and have faith. So I think this is a very good balancing act that he's chosen this place to go.
What about the balancing act of serious negotiations, serious diplomacy versus honoring the reopening of Notre Dame? What I'm curious about is we'll see if he has any meetings with Zelensky from Ukraine. But there's also the questions of commitment to NATO and that type of interaction. He's got all these guys there, Macron, perhaps Zelensky. Do you think there are moments here that help establish the footing of the relationship going forward in Europe?
I absolutely.
So one thing I want to bring to light, and I'm sure many of you remember, is that Trump, the last time he was basically coming to negotiate with NATO in Europe, he seemed to be extremely angry at their lack of cooperation and commitment to paying into NATO as it's supposed to be. And one thing I think why Europe is intimidated or angered by Trump is the last time he was there, he came to be the boss. And when you approach that situation in that manner, I guess it insulted or it angered a lot of European rulers or leaders, pardon me. But of course, Trump was quite right. Why is the Americans paying for you to protect you when you can't even stop buying resources from Russia that we're trying to protect you from? I think was a good point, and I mean a true point. The Germans buying that oil from Russia is it's a conflict of interest, so to speak, that and a hypocrisy that Trump pointed out. I'd like to point out that Trump's visitation to the Cathedral of Notre Dame is something very spectacular for me. I don't know if you've noticed, but lately I'm seeing Christianity and Catholicism resurgent. And the reason why that's very important is Catholicism has been dying, as many of you know. Not that the idea of it is dead or dying, but people have gone far away and abandoned the church and the the doctrine, you might say, but even the good moral standing, the work of God. Take, for example, the United Kingdom. Who talks about openly now that we should rebuild the Catholic Church in England? Nobody. You could say that England is a very secularized nation, a very away from the church. Nobody dare to speak about the church in the Catholic Church, the Christian Church in England. And what I'm seeing is, with the abandonment of the church, that the greatness of England itself was also abandoned. Just like I've seen in America, when America abandoned Christianity, or the principles of Christianity, the fear, humility before God, it's like the American greatness as a people fell. It went down. I challenge anybody to say differently, that when they embrace that kind of secularized culture that Joe Biden, that Obama bring, that we be our own gods and there's no rule of law, that there's complete chaos and disorder and decadence associated with that kind of idea that we no longer have to follow the church. We don't even mention the church anymore. We just be our own self. And I think that it destroyed the greatness of America. And one of the things that Trump did very, very greatly is that Trump never openly speak about that he support the church. He doesn't have to. His actions, he speak with his actions. Like when he went to the Al Smith dinner, then he talked very nicely about the Catholic Church and talk about getting along with, with the Archbishop or the Cardinal, having a good relationship with the church. And again, he shows it here that he will come to visit Notre Dame and to take part in this beautiful gathering for the reopening of the church. He didn't have to say he support the church, but in action he support the church. And deep down he may be a God-fearing man himself. He may be religious, but he doesn't have to broadcast that for anybody. The great man show his leadership by showing common people around him the way. There's lots of people, you know how Trump behave with the media, that they bring in all kind of nonsensical ideas. Trump right away, he stopped that. Trump right away step on them and put them in their place where they belong. When did Joe Biden or Kamala Harris do something like that? That they stand up for righteousness? Never. People, they never elect those kind of people because what they say is completely untrue, but also they misrepresent themselves. And Trump point the right way. Trump point out their hypocrisy. Trump show them that this is the right way to behave. Make America great again. They tried to make that like a radicalist group. It's not a radicalist group. You're anti-American. That's the real radical idea. So one thing I point out, this great gathering of the church, when Notre Dame burned down, not exactly burned down, but it's burned and massive damages. For me, I was very, very saddened by that. And I still question how the church itself could be destroyed in that manner. I may ask many of you, what is your opinion on that? Whether you think that that's set on purpose, or it was an accident, or something happened there that maybe that I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. That maybe some of your impressions about what happened to this church. But again, I try to bring it back to the idea that Catholicism was banished in Europe in favor of this new radicalized ideology. We don't have to mention it, but all of us know that woke policy destroy Europe, put down Europe. Anywhere they implement that closed Marxist idea, communist idea, everywhere they implement in Europe, everything goes downhill. They implement it in America, everything goes downhill. They implement in France, in Netherlands, no matter where it goes, it's decadent. So it's beautiful for me that Christianity be resurgent in this time, and come back to the beauty of our roots. Even Musk here, Elon Musk, come here to celebrate. When did we think that Elon Musk was actually Christian Catholic? For me, when I look at Musk, he represents himself as an atheistic but scientific, but he respect the, how did he put it? He respect the church somewhat. He don't say anything against the church. And I think that people who had to hide who they are, or rather they do not say forthrightly that they're Catholic, I think those people, or Christian, those people are really great. I see many people, they talk nonsense. They say, oh, Jesus this, Jesus that, we love Jesus. But in action, they don't. They're hypocrites. They're liars. And time proves them so. And I think that the greatness of Europe can be restored. But unfortunately for Europe, they're going to have to bow down to what Trump is asking for, because the Americans, the Americans will be on the rise. I'm telling you, Trump will point the way, and he's no joke about that. Trump is not the kind of guy that negotiate. Europe knows him from when he was last president, and they know him now. He hasn't changed one bit. If anything, he's gotten harder because of everything that he had to pass through to become president again. And his memory is not forgetful. He remembered everything. So, we look now at our beautiful Notre Dame. I'm so happy that it's returned. Salma Hayek is there. Okay, yeah. So, there's many things that I can talk about in the future. But Joe Biden, Obama, all those criminals of America that bring America down, their time is passing very, very soon. And I'm very angry at Joe Biden for trying to spark World War III in Europe, trying to send Zelensky so many weapons and make chaos inside everywhere, inside the government, inside the House of the USA. And try to spark conflict on his way out the door to make things harder for Trump. And maybe they want to blame Trump to keep him out of power or whatever they're trying to do. The left has always been scheming and crooked. And the natural order that comes with following the church to make everyone that follow the church that God raise them up, so to speak. And that's not philosophical teaching. That's actually what happens when you follow the right order. And I know Catholics will understand it, but if you're atheistic or whatever, or you're away from the church, you people can never understand it. The natural harmony and peace that comes with being rightly ordered. And even Trump don't have to say he accept Catholicism or Christianity. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. You can see that by action, they don't have to speak. They can just show them the right way. That's the proper way to behave. And I see that with Trump now. And I'm very, very happy with it. I'm very happy that well, there's Prince William. My hope is that Europe come back to the foundational principles. Europe is built on Christianity, not what we're learning now, this woke ideology, everybody be equal, everybody be this, everybody be what we say, and freedom of speech be out the window. So many things I can condemn. This is the right way that we're going. As for the war in Europe, I am convinced that Trump will end it very, very quickly. I suppose that Trump will stop supplying Zelensky with so much money, and definitely no more weapons. I couldn't say if Trump has met with Zelensky privately or not, but surely they've had conversations, and Trump is endeavoring to end the war as quickly as possible. And also with regard to Israel and Hamas, but we'll get into that in a later time. I'm very pleased to see that everything be rightly ordered once more, and it's Europe and America should be united like brothers. That's the right way. They come here, Notre Dame Cathedral, join us in together. We worship God. And there's Zelensky right there. You can see he's not very happy. I don't know why. But there's a lot of things, and I'll end it with this. Trump could see the future before he was elected. And the reason he can see the future is he sees nuclear war coming. He sees that. With regard to Putin, like him or not, a lesser man, if Putin was a lesser man, he sparked the war already by nuclear fallout. He'll annihilate Europe. He will annihilate Ukraine. He may send nukes here, there. I think it's a testament to how Putin restrained himself up to this point, despite many, many provocation and so on and so forth, that Zelensky in this matter is the one who is trying to instigate more conflict. And Joe Biden also behind him trying to instigate more conflict. They don't want to end the war. What are you trying to say to me? Zelensky can match Russia with the amount of nukes they have? No chance. This is a losing battle. This thing be instigated by Joe Biden and make Zelensky powerful for nothing, just to create nonsense. So I really believe that Trump will solve the issue very quickly by Zelensky be cut off right away. I'm sure of that. And I don't know their plans, but that's my guess. And Trump is very, very prudent about doing things. And also he may undermine Putin's ability to wage war by America mass producing oil, drive the price of oil way down. You will see that the conflict will come to a close very rapidly. So anyways, I will conclude with that, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you found my content helpful, and I look forward to reading your comments below. Take good care.